Hello students, welcome to our STEM Stastic lesson. I'm Ms. Torres and this is Mrs. Cavitz, and we will be teaching you all about tornadoes today. We will be teaching you about how to practice for it as well. At the end, we'll be performing an experiment called Tornado in a Bottle.
Hey guys, I'm Miss Cavitz. So I'm going to start with a little fun fact with y'all. But first, can anybody tell me if they've actually seen a tornado in person before? Well, if you have, that's great. I've seen one in person as well. But the fun fact I want to tell y'all is that there's about 600 to 1,000 tornadoes reported in the U.S. each year. And here's a graph below that shows you.
Alrighty, how to read the forecast. As we know, we can see the forecast in the news. So down here, the white numbers, they demonstrate the highest temperature we will see in the day. For example, on Saturday, we will see that the highest temperature will be 79. On the bottom, the blue numbers, those demonstrate the lowest temperature we will see throughout the day. For example, on Saturday and Sunday, we will see the lowest temperature of 64. This weather forecast graph also shows us if we should expect some precipitation for the day. On Saturday and Sunday, as you can see, we have some rain. On Saturday, we have a 50% chance of rain. Now guys, how should we prepare for rainy days? Should we wear shorts and sandals, or should we wear raincoats and rain boots? Well, if you answered a raincoat and rain boots, you are correct. These will keep us from getting wet and keep us nice and dry.
All right, can anybody tell me what the weather would be like during a tornado? I bet those are all really great answers. Well, I'm going to tell y'all how a tornado forms. So there's about wind speeds up to 300 miles per hour. There are large thunderstorms with cumulonimbus clouds, as you can see right here in this picture. That's kind of what they would look like. There's a change in wind direction in high altitudes that causes air to swirl horizontally. The rising air from the ground pushes on the swirling air and tips over, which forms the funnel. The funnel of swirling air begins to suck up more warm air from the ground. The funnel grows longer and stretches towards the ground. And once it reaches the ground, it actually becomes a tornado. And if you look right here in this picture where I'm circling, that is the funnel of a tornado.
Alrighty, how to prepare for a tornado. What do you think are some essential items we should have at our house just in case we have a tornado? Well, here are some things to look out. Be on the lookout for tornado warnings and tornado watch. A tornado watch means that a tornado is possible. It doesn't mean one's going to happen. If you see a tornado warning, it means a tornado they could tell that tornado rotation is around, or that one is possible, so you should seek shelter. You should have a family disaster plan, know where to shelter in place. Have a disaster supply kit at home. Things that you should include are a first aid kit, like the one pictured below, canned food, bottled waters, a flashlight, along with some other items. You should have a room to shelter, like a room without windows or your basement, or you can even shelter under a sturdy piece of furniture as a kitchen table.
All right, so now we're going to be beginning our experiment. In the next slide, we are going to be talking about the things that you will be needing for the experiment. So what we're going to be making is a tornado in a bottle. This is an example that I've had for years. It's what we're going to be basically making, but with things around the house. So when I spin it or take it into rotation, it makes a tornado. Ms. Torres will be explaining what you will be needing.
Okay, so what do you need for this project? For this project, you need any clear bottle, such as a water bottle, a Coke bottle, or a mason jar. You will need water, food coloring. We've listed a couple items such as food coloring, juice, tea bags, sprinkles, colored cereal, flattened soda, juice from berries, Jello mix, or even candies such as Skittles or M&Ms. You'll need dish soap, an extremely small amount, and please be sure not to use any carbonated drinks or any dark color.
Okay, so we will be doing the experiment now. I'm going to be explaining it while Ms. Torres demonstrates for y'all. So first you want to figure out what you're going to be using, whether it's a water bottle, Coke bottle, mason jar, whatever, and you want to fill it up about 2/3 of the way full of water. Ms. Torres is doing that now. She showed y'all kind of where in the water bottle you would want the water to be. Good, now once you have your water in there, you're gonna take your dish soap and you add a very teeny tiny amount. You don't wanna add too much. And then you're also gonna be adding your coloring, whether it's food coloring or anything else that we listed in the slide. Ms. Torres is using food coloring. So for food coloring, you wanna use not even a complete drop. You want to make sure that you're not making the water too dark, because if it's too dark, then you won't be able to see the tornado. Once you have the dish soap and the coloring in there, you're gonna put the cap on nice and tight. And the final step is, if you're using a water bottle, you're gonna turn it upside down and move in a circular rotation. And if you're using a jar, you're gonna wanna hold it at the top and move in a rotation. And now you watch what happens. And hopefully you actually see a tornado, kind of like in this.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that concludes our STEM-tastic lesson all about tornadoes. I hope you've had fun and hope y'all are staying safe.